Dear chess friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I would like to introduce you first part of black repertoire against English opening, meaning first move c4. It's very important for me to mention that this material has been released recently on modern chess platform, but I thought it would be a good idea also to publish on my site ask-avrukh.com. Now the difference between these two publications will be that on my site it will be much cheaper but without video of this material. And there are coming two parts. First part will be published today and second part I'm planning to release in approximately 2 weeks. Now the idea of my repertoire here is to meet move c4 with first move e5. Now first part will be dedicated only to the position after knight c3, knight f6, and the second part we will be covering all white moves here in this position, all major moves instead of knight c3. So after knight c3, knight f6, in the first part I will be covering 5 different options for white, the most popular moves. Now I would like also to emphasize that first move c4 has been extremely popular recently, really trendy. I think the idea that maybe it's nowadays it's very hard to get something significant with white because everyone kind of like educated in the opening, so c4 actually provides a lot of possibilities to play different lines for white, to change maybe just and get playable positions. It shouldn't be maybe advantage, but let's say there are options to get Sicilian pawn structure reverse with extra tempo, and it's just like very playable. Now besides, so we will be covering all moves that I don't know if you ever had a chance to encounter or work on them, but here you get already prepared material of very high quality as always. Now here will be, besides knight f3, which will be obviously our main move, we'll be covering move d3. Again, the idea like waiting for d5, and then there is a Sicilian with extra tempo for white. Now we'll be talking about e3 as well. So more or less kind of like also white is ready for Sicilian reverse with extra tempo, so d5 that will be some kind of Taimanov with extra tempo, so we actually do not accept this challenge. We just continue on knight c6 in this specific position, and all major lines are covered, starting with the move queen b3 that has been played by Magnus, if I'm not mistaken, 3 times. So all these tricky lines will be covered. Now of course move a3 with kind of like similar ideas, and very important move g3, which is of course definitely a second choice besides knight f3, will be covered. I always felt like it's a improved version for black because we have not committed for knight c6, so we are not worried about some knight d5 ideas, which by the way this move covered as well. So here besides normal bishop g2, there will be coverage of e4, which at some point was very popular with the Magnus playing this, Caruana playing, Aronian, so a lot of top players. Now, and of course the main line, which is bishop g2, castle, and so on, which here as well. And finally, guys, I would like to mention that it's always a question about knight f3. When we start studying e5, like that's the question number 1, what you are playing after knight f3. And obviously the second question, what's going on with second move g3, which will be covered in part 2. So now, of course, the most popular move in this position, without any doubts, move knight c6, but I will suggest a very interesting choice. So we are moving towards Adhiban Gambit, which is, to be honest, a very shocking idea. I remember some, I don't know, 35 years ago when I had my first book on English. It was a Russian book. I still remember the line where it was mentioned b5. So that's interesting try with idea if white captures on b5, there is move d5, but after d3, e d3, cb5, white is better, and I think this evaluation still stands. Pretty much agreed with this. So therefore we continue with the pawn sacrifice, remarkable move c6. Now it appears that black has a very interesting compensation after knight takes e4, knight takes e4, d5. So with the main line being cd5, cd5, knight g3, and then we play h5. It's a extremely exciting play. I'm very very lucky to be able to cover this material. I'm not sure whether anything similar released on the market. It's like very hard to follow all chess platforms, but I don't remember seeing full coverage of Adhiban Gambit. Maybe there was some article or something. And this position promises very exciting play, very rich play. At the same time, obviously, it's very important to play precise. One inaccuracy, you will be pawned down without compensation. Now, this is one critical line, and it's very important also to mention the recommendation from recently published book by Nicolas Ntirlis, playing, well, I'm not sure the name, but English, replaying the English for white. He recommended move queen a4 in this position, so rejecting pawn sacrifice right away. And it's really not less challenging than just accepting the pawn. And here I have one very important new idea to compare with the book. So the line goes b5 here, cb5, d5, and so on. What is for sure, guys, if you are looking for something sharp, exciting play, you might be interested in this line. Now, I also believe it's objectively very, very playable for black. And I'm not talking about surprising weapon. If somebody doesn't know the theory here for white, you can quickly take over without any doubts. So once again, guys, this material you can find on modern chess platform, including video, but on my side it will be less expensive, and I would love to see you purchasing this material. Well, really a lot of work. It was a lot of work, interesting position, a lot of checking with engine as always, and I'm like really excited make it's working, because in the beginning it's really like queen a4 line was a big challenge, and I knew that this line kind of like considered promising for white, not actually knight a4, because knight a4 has been played quite a lot on the high level. There are a few games of Indian prodigy Pragnananda with great result, with amazing tactical game, so I was kind of like had the confidence. Queen a4 was a little bit problematic. I very excited I made it working. So guys, if you are interested, you know, probably if you already watch my videos, so the PGN file will be you can find on my site askavrukh.com. Now maybe this video just will give you an idea to do your own work, so I think it's also great to do your own research, to do your own work. So that will be the idea for your repertoire. So it would be also very exciting that I gave you some information here in this video. And of course, guys, as always, I would be very excited, very happy if you can subscribe, click notification button, and leave comments. By the way, those who are frequent guests on my channel, they know that I'm trying my best to respond as quickly as possible on every comment, and with idea to develop my YouTube channel. Thanks a lot for watching, and good luck with playing this repertoire for black.